I am pretty sure you can hear me now. I've done that before. Most of the time when I take my earbuds out, I stick them in the case so they disconnect. But I was in a hurry earlier and I did not do that. So I am back live doing wisdom womb readings, womb wisdom readings right now. Excuse me. My nose is a little itchy. So how this works is I'm going to tune into the energy of your child within and just give you a general energy reading about this. As I started to say earlier, I know, Julia, sometimes these technological things get the better of me, but with good friends like you, thank you so much. I can find out things like nobody can hear you. So I'm going to give a general reading. I do have one pre-ordered. My lovely Angela is asking about her 37-week little person that she's got. So she's very close to delivery. I am hoping Angela is on with us. It's a little hard to tell. And so if you are on and you are seeing me here, Angela, let me make sure I've got, yep, I'm enabled. Okay, I think I've got it. Yes, yes. So if you are interested in receiving a, thanks, Julia, receiving a wisdom womb reading, I would be happy to do one for you. You need to visit my Hipsy page, and that's hypsee.com/Victoria Savage. Angela, I hope you can hear. Okay, Angela, let's try again. Let's see if we can get this thing going. Okay, are you hear me? And I didn't get the, there you are. Come here, no baby, Angela. Yay, it's working now. I can hear you, and I couldn't hear you. Okay. Okay, Angela, please let me know again if you can hear me. Yes, I really pretty sure it wasn't your problem, Angela. I'm pretty sure it was mine on this end. So let's get this reading done for you. So you said you were 37 weeks. As I started to say, when no one could hear me, the reading goes something like this. I'm going to give you a general energy of this little person that you've got coming into your life in a big way soon. Sometimes, I will get an energy. It can be masculine or feminine, but that does not mean the baby will be a boy or girl. So I'm going to do some clearing spray first because it got a little intense there for me when I wasn't doing things correctly. And that is usually what the problem is. So Angela, so thank you for trusting me to do this with you. My intention is to bring my angels, guides, companions in. I'm going to tune into the energy of your little one and give you some information to help you get to know this little person a little bit easier and more quickly, because when they come into our lives, we really don't know who this little person is for a little while. Honestly, a long while, but we seem to be able to figure it out. So let's see what your little person wants you to know. Well, first, I believe your little person is very much ready to come. I'm feeling a fair amount of pressure in my head. Generally, that's they're squished. they're ready to move from that very small place to the bigger world. This little baby has very masculine energy. And I rarely say this because, I got a 50-50 chance. I believe you're going to have a boy. I don't generally want to say anything like that, but this feels very much like a little boy. with masculine energy, but a very sensitive little person. Which what it's telling me is that they're coming in and they're kind of on high. They're very sensitive. They're going to be reading the energy of, and it may be necessary for you to pull them back at times from crowded spaces. They may have a little problem with a lot of noise around them because they're so tuned in energetically. So the first card, well, I absolutely got the masculine. Oh, it's a little girl. Let me tell you, this little girl then is gonna be a masculine energy. What I said before anybody could hear me was I have a granddaughter that I really thought was a boy. I really didn't have a reading on the other two, wasn't tuning in, but I really thought this little girl was a boy. She came in and she is incredibly strong masculine energy. She's a powerhouse. That does not mean that your little girl will not be not sensitive. She will be a reader. She's going to be on high a bit, and she may have some sensitivities to overstimulation because she is so tuned in to everything going on. Protect the wild and the green. She's probably going to be a lover of nature. She's going to want and enjoy being outside and getting her feet in the grass as much as possible. If you can, I don't know if you live in the city or in the country, but she's going to want that natural, that nature element. So provide her with that as she moves forward. And the next card that came up was the Destiny card. This little girl is coming in with a plan, and because she's such a intuitive, that's the energetics of who she is. She's going to have a pathway in this world, and because her energy is so strongly masculine, having a heavy hand of discipline, and I'm all about disciplining children. I always say, I love my granddaughters. I'm sorry to plug my phone in just so I don't use all the battery. I love my granddaughters. I have 3 of them. I don't like brats, and so I don't allow that, never have. I treat them with respect, and I expect them to behave, accordingly. Little children are going to do what little children do. The 2-year-old finally discovers that she's separate from you. And so every word out of her mouth for a while is no, because she's trying to figure out her place. But know that this little girl needs boundaries because she is so strong. But you don't want to crush that little spirit, which means you want to listen, give her the respect. You keep your boundaries. If you tell her you're going to do something, like if you, do this thing that I told you not to do, this is the consequence. She really needs those boundaries, and she needs to have you follow through with the consequences. So you want to be very careful about what you say. That ability for you to hold the boundaries for her and be true to your word is absolutely imperative for her feeling safe, even if she's bucking against it. And as a teenager, she will, because that's what they do. But as a little one, she needs you to follow through. If you behave like this, you're going to go to your room and you're going to have to take a timeout. And you have to enforce that. Or if you do this, you're not going to go to that party, and then you don't get to go to the party either. But it is very important for you to have that very strict structure that you follow through with. But again, she wants this outside, this freedom in the nature aspect. She needs some freedom, but she needs freedom with boundaries. And so Yeah, you're the one that can keep her feeling safe or less than safe by the boundaries you do or do not put on her. That doesn't mean don't be flexible. It just means follow through with what you tell her you're going to do. She needs to be able to trust you are true to your word, because that makes her feel safe. And then the destiny was very much, she's got a thing that she's coming in to do, and she's going to be very focused. She will likely gain an affinity for something pretty young that she holds on to. So you're due in 3 weeks. She's a little Cancer that's coming. And they're a very fun little energy. They're very much homebodies. They love their families. They kind of carry their home like a crab. You know, they carry their home on their back. And so that, and they can also get kind of in their head, but that's a whole other type of reading that I don't do. She is definitely going to be, the card that came up was pregnancy. And it's kind of like, duh. But the point of that is that she's going to be someone who brings great blessings to your world. She can also be one that causes a fair amount of stress if you are not the stronger. That is the thing that she needs you to be. She needs your strength. And if you have, you know, a partner with them, they need to know that too. Again, we don't want to crush their spirit, but we do want to be strong guides. I guess that's probably the biggest overarching message, is you want to be a strong guide for her so she can feel safe and at ease in her exploration. She does need freedom to explore and learn and become, but she needs freedom with the boundaries. And she definitely is a little nature girl. And so whatever that looks like, let her get dirty, let her play in the mud. All kids need to eat. I used to be, when I was growing up and later, all kids need to eat a pound of dirt during their life. Truly, and this is what I tell all my mamas to be, there are really only a couple things she needs totally. A little bit of food, some clothes, but the major thing she needs is your time. Even if that means you aren't bringing in maybe as much money because you're not going to take the extra hours, she needs your time. All children do. And that is the best thing you can give them. And that's what they crave more than anything. They aren't looking for all that, you know, they will think, especially as they get to be older, they will think they want all the things that the other kids have so they can be like. But especially up until teenagehood, they want you. They want your presence. And believe me, that goes soon enough at teenagehood. In teenage years, though, they need those boundaries even more strongly, because that's when they can really be independent and making their own decisions. So you give them guidelines about an age that it is appropriate that they start dating, an age when it is appropriate that they have a phone, and a very limited phone. This world you're bringing her into is a challenge for parents now, because children can be gotten to on so many different levels. And so you are the one that goes, yeah, here's your phone. You can call me and dad and grandma and aunties. That's it. There's no apps you get to put on it. The password is my password. You don't get to know that. This is for emergency. And that is how you keep them safe in this world until they're old enough and you can begin trusting them and that they have enough sense. But at any rate, she is a very strong personality coming to you, very high sensitivity, very directed in what she's going to be doing in this life. And she has this sense of destiny. Look at that gorgeous card. She has a very strong sense of a mission that she's going to be doing. And so you being her stalwart rock is going to be the thing that keeps her focused on what she came to do and comfortable in her ability to do it. I think we are complete. I do hope that gave you some great guidance, and I am so grateful for you allowing me to do this. If you know of friends, that Hipsy site, I love that. I can do them at other times. I do like to do them live because I like working live with people. So, and you're going to learn a great deal from this little one. So I'm so excited for you. This is such an exciting event in life, and one that is the most amazing job and the one that is the scariest, because there's nothing that has prepared you for parenthood. I remember when my second daughter came, I thought, I got this one down. I know how to do this. And she comes out and I look at her and I went, that kind of, it's like, I don't know you either. I don't know your personality. I don't know your cry yet. And like I said, they need you. They need some love. And yeah. And if you're worried about parenting and knowing how, watch friends that you believe are good parents. Watch them, watch others, use that as an example. And hopefully, you know, you're one of the lucky ones in life that had a good parent. Oh, lovely. I'm so glad, Angela. You can please feel free to reach out when she comes. And, you know, I'm on Facebook at Victoria, and I don't know exactly how you found me. I'm certainly on here. But I don't know that you can actually private message me through this. But Angela, I am so grateful for this, and I am so excited for you. And if you have a way of contacting me, I would love to know how things go for you. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care, and I wish you all the best. And I'm going to shuffle the cards for the next reading, which I don't really have yet, but I will be here. Just ready to help anybody that is expecting, who would like some information. If you have a friend that you know you're pregnant at the same time with, which is really kind of fun, tell them to tune in. I would love to do a reading. They do need to go to the Hipsy site, which I didn't get to put in the description. So it is Hipsy.com, HYPSEE.com. / Victoria Savage. And yeah, the Wisdom Guided Oracle, because of having to go out and go back in and finally figuring out, you know, that never happens except for when I go live, those crazy things. But you just go with it. It's like life. The more you go with the flow, the less stress there is, and that's going to be the easiest way to get through life in any direction. So ooh, I hope I get some more. Just, it's so fun to do these. I love babies. I love dogs. I love people. So, it's a beautiful card. I wish I could add some text here. Retouch on. Retouch is on, so that means I must look better than I did earlier. Actually, I guess I do. I wonder if I hit share.